the Anoint on Facebook. Come on in, come on in. Tell a friend that the doc is on. I'm back on. I just did a live on Facebook and I'm over here on YouTube. If you see LIVE and it's in live, that means your girl is live. If you don't see it, no worries. Still click the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Tell a friend to tell a friend that Anointing is talking good stuff. I want to talk about the title is, are our children safe going to proms and after parties? This happened in Fitzgerald, Georgia. I don't know if I brought it over here or said it here, but I probably went through it quickly, but I'm going to talk about it. It happened in Fitzgerald. That's maybe about, I think Fitzgerald could be like 2 hours away from Albany, maybe an hour and 30 minutes from Albany, Georgia. And this is Fitzgerald, Georgia. A teen is unalived and 3 others have been injured because of a shooting at the a prom after party. And it happened, this is like really kind of like in central Georgia. And it was around 1 a.m. and officers arrived and they found 4 people to have been wounded. Hey, Miss Jean, Miss Charlene. According to the police, they said a 15-year-old young lady of Fitzgerald has been pronounced unalive. She's not with us anymore, y'all. Beautiful little thing, cheerleader. She's not amongst us anymore. You know, when your children go out to go to prom and parties and graduation parties and outings and settings, we expect for our children to come back home alive. We don't expect to get a phone call or knock at the door and it's the authorities telling us, hey, y'all, hey, Miss Monica, to please come identify your daughter. Hey, Miss Ivette, baby, please come identify your son. In this case, a 15-year-old girl was unalived. Someone had to go and tell those parents to come and identify her. That they had the body at the morgue or at the hospital. But 3 other teens was also injured. 1 is deceased, and 3 others were injured after a shooting at a prom after party. And nowadays, it's with the times, they have the prom, then they have an after party. I'm not going to say anything wrong. They have done good, done well in school. They should have a little good time. Back in my day, we didn't have shootings. After proms, I can't even remember fighting. Child, people were so wanting to see what folk got on and how they looking and who the date is. All of this wasn't going on. The biggest thing that you heard is that where somebody may have rented a room and kind of like a party could have started there. And it was like 30, 40 people in there. And of course, the people that was at the hotel ran you away from all the noise because the other, people there, the occupants could not get any rest. That's it. According to the Fitzgerald police, they did say the 15-year-old, I don't want to call her name, was pronounced unalive at the hospital. The other victims, a 19-year-old, 2 minors, were injured in the shooting. All victims are from Ben Hill County, that's Fitzgerald, Georgia. They were taken to, that's right, Miss Charlene. They was taken to the hospital. Their names and conditions have not been released. The Georgia Bureau investigation said that the shooting happened at an after party after the prom. And they're having after parties now. Now, we used to have after parties after graduation. And it's okay if they have it there. You should be able to have a party. But I do tell people that if they are, pay a little bit more extra money and get security. Some of this stuff still will happen with security there, but I would feel comfortable if security was there. I never really had anything. Now, the most strangest thing that I ever heard of was that man, that the last one I married. Now, I ain't know why we had security at the wedding and the reception. Now I ain't understand that. Because I'm not in foolery and sickery. So I didn't understand why there was an armed police officer at both places. He paid for it, and I told him, I said, that's crazy. And it's a waste of money. But he was shady. Yeah, you know the drunk. Remember I told y'all? You know, we going to keep that to ourselves. We not going to talk. But he was, Miss Fit said. He was shady. Yeah. And so, anyway, let me move on. The GBI arrested and charged a 15-year-old with one count of FM. You know what that is? Felony M. And 3 counts of aggravated assault and possession of a firearm during the commissions of a crime. 15 years old. The investigation is still ongoing. They're asking everybody with any tips or anything to please call the Fitzgerald Police. I'm going to say this: graduation is upon us. Proms is upon us. Talk to your children. The most safest thing is for your children to return to you safely. Just as they left, they come back safe. We got to talk to our children no matter what. They're our children. And we love them. And we ain't got them raised up to be about to graduate. And instead of planning a graduation party, you're planning a funeral. It's happening every day. And in the process, I don't tell folks what to do, but in the process of doing all these things that we do, buying all these things that we buy, children are young. So life insurance is young. And when I say young, I mean it's not expensive. I know people don't like to talk about it. People don't want to talk about it. But now is the time to get the life insurance because it's cheap. Nobody's saying that it's going to happen. But if it does, you don't have to do a GoFundMe. I'm going to say one more thing about a GoFundMe because I see them up so much. Do you know all the percentage of that money don't go to that person? You know, I had to do a little, information about that. Some of that money go to whoever's funding the GoFundMe. But this is the thing. You can take $20 a month and put it towards a policy, and all will be well. Yes, ma'am, Miss Jane, it's time right now. It won't be hardly nothing. Now is the time. Not tomorrow, but now is the time to do some of these things. Mm-hmm. Let's do these things so we won't be in a crunch if something happens. People may give, but I told you they definitely talk about you. Mm-hmm. Which we don't really care what people say. But much as money that some people throw away for certain things, try to invest in a life insurance policy. A lady in Boston, was it Boston or Washington, was just riding. Her 3-year-old in the back. They was going home. DC. In D.C., they ran into a gun battle. Mm-hmm. The little girl was hit. She died. I don't know if they have insurance or not, but it sure made things a little easier when you do. You don't want your loved one laying up in a morgue all day, all night, for 4-5 months. And it's okay, it's been here long enough. The city comes in, throw them in a box, and throw them in a grave, and may not even tell you where they're at. Nobody wants to be done like that. And people say, Doc, that's not how it's done. In some counties, that's exactly how it's done. Because you're responsible for your loved one. And if you're a child, you definitely want a proper burial for your child. And you'll be surprised how people will come out and help for a child. But if you got it yourself, You don't have to worry about anything else. Sad story to come out and tell you, but I did want to come out and tell you. Y'all, this is your girl seeing it all knowing on YouTube, the knowing on Facebook. I know this wasn't the greatest topic, but it's one that needed to be shared. Y'all probably will see me later or either on an upload. I love you, God loves you. This is the knowing on YouTube, on Facebook, and seeing it on YouTube until we're out on this video.